This is Deanna and welcome back to another video. We are going to be talking about the second half of season Clockwork, stories 8 through 14. Hopefully we can get through them all, but yeah, let's get right into the video, shall we? First off, the first perspective for today is Impulse. This is after the attack by the previous kidnapper and all that stuff, and Tango stays the night. He figures out that why this man is attacking his friend like that. The man gets captured, but yeah. Impulse wakes up after a nightmare and finds out that his kidnapper is gone. Jim and Pearl take him upstairs, where they find his escort waiting for him, the one who abandoned him, of course. The man is first insistent on taking him back to his base, but Matthias is not for it because it's like, well, for one, you did abandon your charge when you were supposed to be there, and we want to make sure everything's fine first before we send it back for his own safety. Impulse is very sure that he'll find a way around it. While the group, while they are, the three of them are just together hanging out. This was all written in the midst of Hermitcraft Season 8, by the way. Long before Season 9 in the Soup Group. So, these guys are just casually hanging out. After a couple days, a meeting happens. The cause group members go and take care of that, making sure the Hermits stay home and stay safe. Green shows up and wants to talk to the group, but then Matthias and the escort come over. Impulse's escort come, and they gather the group, talk about the fact that the guy has been lifted of all charges, even because the reason he left was for a family reason, for something personal. But to be fair, you just got slapped on the wrist. Literally just got slapped on the wrist. Then he agrees to take Gran home first, but then they go right into a trap. Gran manages to escape, but Impulse gets captured. And this all happened after Gran tells him about an idea he has about contacting Liam and getting a backup escort, like somebody who will keep an eye on him in secret. And so, after Impulse gets captured, the person comes over, Blake, and then eventually the Impulse wakes up after being captured. He finds Mr. A, who reveals to him that his escort helped with the whole thing and had an agreement to capture both Green and Impulse. Impulse is like, oh well, the agreement didn't happen, and he's like, no, I won't be so sure. And it happened. And Mr. A decides to torment him with a headband to try to get him to talk. Impulse does slip, but not by much. And he refuses to talk after that. And Mr. A decides to increase pain and torment him to try to get him to soften up, but that doesn't work. After the interrogation, Impulse is startled awake by someone coming to rescue him, Blake, and he was sent by Liam to help him, and basically his official charge now. Blake is his official escort now at this point, without question. He's like, yep, I'm done for that. Impulse and Blake go to rescue Green after hearing he's in trouble, because Mr. A sent some groups over to get Green, and Impulse manages to get Green out of there, but but as it turned out, his kidnapper somehow escaped from the prison and was trying to finish what he started, but some of Mr. A's men show up and talk him down from killing them and been like, no, we need them alive, take them back to Mr. A, we'll deal with it there. man's not very happy about it, but like, alright, let's do it then. And so the hermits run off, and Beat-Ups comes to the rescue with his escort. Beat-Ups takes Impulse back to Gem's base, and Green goes with his escort over to Scars to keep an eye on him because of the looming threat that Mr. A had given. Yeah. But then the man comes after him again, and yeah, like his former escort comes after him, Impulse, and tries to attack him. Blake comes to his rescue. Gem takes him down to the secret bunker. Then the girls come and meet up with him. And then they decide to go with the Green and Scar to make sure everything's okay. But, like, Scar and Green manage to get out of there after their base is getting attacked. But then Scar gets ambushed. Green goes back to rescue him, and he himself gets captured. Scar getting away. Well, yeah. Next perspective is Green, where we see where he was taken to. Green manages to escape from Mr. A, freeing himself from his restraints, with the help of a creeper. Like I said, these creepers are really handy. And then he runs into False on his way out, almost getting captured. And False takes him to the tunnel system and provides some food and healing potions for him on his journey to go to Gem's base. Yeah. He meets up with Impulse's former escort again, who was waiting for someone, the person who is making the secret tunnels, the secret room, and all that stuff. Because, like, he set up a trap and trapped them. And, yeah. He was doing his own thing, really. He decides to attack Green anyway, even though he wasn't the initial target. Green gets hurt during the chase, but is rescued just in time. He finds himself in Impulse's base. The Hermit was there to greet him as they both came up with a plan to stop the men together. Yeah, that's how you do. Green, you get your consequences. Yeah, 3 weeks after that, Green is able to return to his base, having already dealt with and destroyed 3 of the known secret bases they were aware of. Two parties go take care of the last 2. However, it is revealed that they laid a trap for the Hermits. So Korean Impulse, Beat-Ups, and Tango and Mumbo are forced to flee. Mumbo gets hurt trying to protect the others. Not too badly. Crystal stuff. I was trying to reference Season 8 then. Yeah. This is a point where Mumbo almost dies. But then I changed it. I changed my mind. Some of the men did, though. But not Mumbo. No. Well, wasn't ready yet. Blake comes over to help Mumbo, confirming that part of Liam's training was healing, not just fighting with a sword or other means. Yeah, because Liam felt it was just as important, and it's proven here at this point. Yeah. Thanks, Google Docs. Mumbo does eventually recover from the end crystal incident, luckily. And Sky shows up at Korean's base unannounced, saying Devin had suggested him to go there while he checked out what Scar had found. Picture of the Clockwork plant symbol. Oh yeah, I keep bringing it up. Impulse and Green get one as well. Yeah. Gem calls looking for Scar. And yeah, Scar tells her where he is, and they both go with their escorts to the Lovely World to celebrate a party for a celebration party that Snappy invited them to after trapping into target successfully. Yeah. That night, Green gets attacked, and Green tries to escape, gets cornered. His escort tries to save him, which costs him his life. Green manages to get out and get rescued by other people, but then has a feeling he needs to go to Impulse's base after the man threatens him. So Green goes to Impulse's base, get him out of there. Yeah. Now he has to find a new escort. Okay. Green's just very unlucky at this point. Next perspective is Scar. This is where we meet Jelly. And yeah, he comes back from the lovely world to find Jelly, a stray cat, one near his base playing with a tulip bulb. So he adopts her and takes her in. And he also finds a warning in his room in the morning. So Scar tells Devin, like, yeah, feeling like he should know about it. Like, it's literally the same thing, but like, oh, hey, we haven't forgotten about you. Scar works on a new build, then until his friends show up and he shows them Jelly. It's amazing and cute. Gem shows him the secret trap door that leads to a secret tunnel she'd finished for him. Green, Gem, and B-Dubs are all worried about him and his own safety because, well, they heard about the threat. They heard about it. Definitely hard not to miss. After a long day, the men stage their attack, blowing up the base little by little. Devin and Scar get separated, but Jelly managed to run away unharmed. Scar is injured, trying to call for help or escape, but the men attempt to overwhelm him. Fortunately, Liam, Devin, and B-Dubs come in to his rescue. Scar is taken to B-Dubs' base to recover, aware Jelly is safe, and noticing something is going on with B-Dubs. Liam knows about it, but doesn't want to tell him. He was sent here to help B-Dubs. And then we figure out what that is. It's story 11. B-Dubs has a recurring nightmare about the Redstone bug attacking him. Yeah, his Redstone abilities are getting stronger after the initial bite, and worse. It's like the longer he uses them, the more it drains him, the more exhausted he gets. He invites Tango to help test this out, but then accidentally passes out when he pushes himself too hard. And then, yeah, later, Green comes over, worried about his friends over at Spruce Village. Maybe because he hasn't heard from them for a while. Coming to Liam for help. The two of them go to check the situation. B-Dubs calls for Tango because, well, he doesn't want to be alone and he feels like somebody's watching him. And then his Redstone abilities overwhelm him, and he passes out again. Tango and Gem show up and plan a way to have B-Dubs be able to let someone know what's going on without needing to use a Redstone-related thing. B-Dubs is woken up that night by a cloaked strange man who wants to capture him because he's the only known individual who has survived the Redstone virus or bug. The man threatens his friends before B-Dubs has a chance to escape to the tunnel system and through it, almost getting captured when Tango and some others show up to rescue him. B-Dubs' escort is injured, but will recover. B-Dubs wakes up again to find Gem, who reveals that Blake was able to remove the virus out of him. Later, the man finds him again, discovering this, and hands him a book. Uh-oh. Scared, B-Dubs invites his friends inside so everyone looked over the note. Everyone telling B-Dubs not to turn himself over to the men, which he decides not to do because it wouldn't have changed a single thing regardless. At the end of the day, he would not have had a choice. We're about to see that. After the 3 days that the man gave him to either turn himself in or face consequences, B-Dubs and Tango are met up with this guy to hear. The guy comes over to hear his verdict. After getting refused, the man attacks Tango. B-Dubs gets captured, and Tango gets hurt, critically hurt. But the man leaves him alone. Tango manages to call Impulse for help. Blake and Impulse find him and take him back to Impulse's base. Tyler goes looking for B-Dubs. Eventually they find him, and the Claws come up with a plan to break him out. However, while they are away, the man makes his move. Again. Attacking Tango and Impulse, threatening to hurt and torture Impulse in front of Tango. They manage to escape to find help. The man's plan being foiled again. This time, Tango and Impulse both saw the man's face because the cloak fell off. We get to see his face and his scar lining down. It's not revealed yet who it is, but if you guys have read this far, you already know who it is. Yeah. The Claws members return, showing up with beat-ups, and Tango and Impulse jump into action to help him, managing to stop the spread of the virus that they had reinfected beat-ups with. Liam approaches Tango later, asking him about the man. Tango tells him everything, and the boy goes off to make his report and warn anyone involved. The man, he takes Gem with him to first warn Grian, whom Liam knows is a potential target for this man. Next we go into Gem's perspective. Gem and Liam check on Grian, letting him know the situation. Grian is told to be careful and keep close contact with his friends. A while later, Gem decides to call Tango and offer that he, her, and B-Dubs work together to set up a minecart messaging system, just in case. Gem gets a distress signal from Grian, but it turns out to be a trap. The cloaked man shows up, hurting Grian and capturing Gem. Gem manages to send a distress signal to her friends in the hopes that someone will find Grian. They do. She finds herself in a cell, managing to find some hidden supplies or attempting to escape. She runs into Mr. A, who decides to have a chat with her, while his men are fooled by attacking the meeting hall, which was full of armor stands. I wonder who was a part of that. I think a few Hermits were a part of that. Gem manages to escape, but just about overhears Mr. A calling for his men to attack her friends. Gem finds Grian, Pearl, Tango, and the others as they hide out before being forced to leave after being overrun by Mr. A's men. During Gem's escape, she reveals that Grian and B-Dubs She reveals to Grian and B-Dubs that she found something that might be useful. Yeah, before it's stolen from her later. Oh, man. Oh, no. Story 14. We're on the last one now. Let's crush it. Alright, sometime after this attack, Tango helps Impulse and B-Dubs test Impulse's new invisibility detector. Yeah, to hopefully prevent something like the Cloaked Man from sneaking in again. Because they've been doing it lately and they were tired of it. Because it was nearly costing their lives. They were trying to do it to defend themselves. Yeah, Tango was worried about his friend, Impulse, because when he discovered that his friend has had difficulty sleeping and that someone has been following him. Watching him. It is kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. And Tango helps set up invisibility detectors at Grian's base before going to Gems and Pearls. He checks on Grian to see how he's doing. He wants to call Impulse later that Gem and Grian, have overheard their escorts talking about what happened. A few days later, Tango was woken up in the middle of the night to a distress call and a signal coming from Impulse. Concerned, he goes to Tyler and they go check it out to find Impulse's base in shambles. Impulse is gone. Blake is injured, but okay. Tyler and Tango try to come up with a plan of action when Tango gets another distress signal going to B-Dub's base, managing to rescue him before learning that the men attacking were after 3 of his friends and had used that man to torture his friend, Impulse. Tango and B-Dubs go to Gem's base, and Tango tells Matthias everything, wanting to make sure Grian was safe. One of the men accidentally lets Gerald's name slip in front of B-Dubs and Tango, revealing the identity of the Cloaked Man, somehow surviving being crushed on the rubble. We don't know how. I'll leave that as a mystery. If you guys want to theorize, sure. Sure. There are many ways he could have. Like I said, maybe he has some little bit of genetic healing factor inside, which means he would be related to a YouTuber, which is something he would definitely not appreciate. He hates them, so why would he want to be related to him? But it could explain why he survived that. Or he was just extremely lucky. Yeah. Tango manages to successfully warn Korean, waiting for news about where Impulse might have been taken to. Tango can't sleep that night and has a talk with Blake, feeling Impulse's distress. He eventually does go to sleep a few days after that event. Tango and B-Dubs are working on a little machine to help against Mr. A's men to attack. Yeah, but then they are suddenly attacked by a new model, the Eliminator. Korean comes to help. Tango gets cornered by the machine, and someone comes to his rescue. To his horror, it's Impulse, who still has the headband on. Somehow he managed to slip away from those three men against their wishes. The Hermits are smart and very resourceful. I'm sure he would have figured that away. The group manages to stop the machine. Tango, seeing that had been tormenting his friend as Mr. A, RJ, and Gerald show up onto the scene. The Hermits work together to ward off the men as Tango disables the headband, freeing Impulse from his torment. Cause members help the Hermits clean up the mess as Tango takes the headband and controller, getting Impulse inside to recover. He starts working on a new project in the hope of creating something similar to what Blake had to hopefully combat against the headband technology. He catches Green going out on his own to check on the Eliminator, finding out how the machine got its source by a hand-shaped button. Green touches it, of course, and it drained him, but overall, he's okay. The machine runs off into the woods, disappearing to go for repairs. Impulse wakes up and he has a conversation with Tango, mentioning Skiz and wanting to find him. He's been looking for him for years, and only now was it more possible than ever before. It's what he's been doing this whole time, why he created a communicator the way he did, because like before, you would have to know where to go, but like you wouldn't necessarily know how to find him. And in this way, you could find a way to get closer to finding him. He does ask Rose, and he does perhaps eventually find him. We'll see. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This was second part of season Clockwork. Done. Now we have the next two, Hermit, Outcry, and Redstone Infestation. And then we're done with the recaps. That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Be sure to subscribe if you want to be ready for when the next one comes, and I'll see you later.